Hello everyone, this is Prashant. In this video we are going to discuss on the topic unit ramp response of first order system. Okay, so the previous video we discussed about the unit step input of the first order system. So there we got the steady state error for unit step input ESS equals to 0. Okay, for unit step input the steady state error of the system is completely 0. So today we will start with the topic ramp response of the first order system. Okay, so here the ramp input is one of the standard test signals in the control system. Okay, so here the first order system in the control system can be represented by this block diagram. So we have the input R of S and overall output of the system is C of S. It's been connected between the two blocks. One is the forward block and another is the feedback path element. Okay, so once you find the transfer function of this element, that is the Laplace transform of output to the Laplace transform of input, so we get the transfer function as 1 divided by 1 plus ST. Okay, it's a negative feedback system, so use the equation G of S divided by 1 plus G of S into H of S. Okay, so this is the standard transfer function for any first order system, that is 1 divided by 1 plus S into T. So where T is the time period of the first order system. Okay, so when the input is unit ramp input, so unit ramp input can be represented as R of T equals to T. So when T is greater than 0 and the signal will get 0 when T is less than 0. Okay, so once you apply the Laplace transform for this signal, R of S will be 1 by S square. So once this signal is applied as an input to the system, we need to find the response of the system in terms of C of T. Remember, that is the objective, that is the concept in the first order system when unit ramp system is applied as an input. Okay, so we will find the response of the system now. See, we know that the transfer function is C of S divided by R of S equals to, it is 1 divided by 1 plus S into T. Okay, so here R of S is 1 by S square. Okay, let us simplify this equation. It is C of S equals to, it is 1 by S square into 1 divided by 1 plus S into T. Okay. So here R of S is 1 by S square. So we need to convert this C of S to C of T by making use of inverse Laplace transform. Okay, so we can't apply directly the inverse Laplace transform to this equation because it is a complex equation. We need to expand this equation with the help of partial fraction method. So we will split this term as C of S equals to, it's 1 divided by S square into 1 plus ST. We will split this term as A divided by S square plus B divided by S plus C divided by 1 plus S into T. Okay, so I split this into three terms. One is highest power of S, A by S square plus B by S plus C divided by 1 plus S square. Okay, let us find the values of A, B, C with the help of partial fraction expansion. Okay, so we will write here. So multiply each term by S square into 1 plus S2. S square into 1 plus S into T. Okay, so once you multiply each term by S square into 1 plus ST, the LHS term will be 1 because S square into 1 plus ST will be get cancelled. And for each term multiply S square into 1 plus ST. Okay, so S square and S square will get cancelled. The remaining term is A into 1 plus ST in the first term. Okay, so once you multiply S square into 1 plus ST for B term, S and S, 1 S will get cancelled. Remaining term is B into S into 1 plus ST. And third one is 1 plus ST will be get cancelled. And the remaining term is C into S square. Okay, so let us save it as equation number 1. Okay, so to find the values of A, B and C, I will substitute the first term S equals to 0 in the above equation. So put S equals to 0 in the above equation. So once S equals to 0, So B term will be 0 and C term will be 0. We'll get the value of A term. Okay, so 1 equals to A into 1 plus 0, it is 1. So value of A will be 1. Okay, to find the value of B, so make 1 plus ST equals to 0. For that, put S equals to minus 1 by 2. Okay, so to find the value of C, substitute S equals to minus 1 by 2, or make 1 plus ST equals to 0. Substitute in the above equation, equation number 1. So it will be 1 equals to A term will be get cancelled, B term will be get cancelled, we will get the value of C. C equals to, it's minus 1 by T square. Okay, so finally C equals to, once you solve this, C equals to, it is T square. So we got the value of A and we got the value of C. To find the value of B, multiply each term the equation number 1. So what we have in the equation number 1 is 1 equals to A plus, multiply A to each term, A plus A into ST plus BS plus BS square into T plus CS square. Okay, and separate the coefficients of S square, S term and constant in that equation. Okay, so we have S square, first term B into S square plus CS square. So find the common term here. 1 equals to, take S square outside, will be B plus C. Okay, and separate the term S. So one is AST and BS. So plus, we'll take S outside, this A into T plus B, and remaining term is plus E. Okay, so now the equation is reduced to this form. We have separated all the coefficients of S square, S and constant. So here LHS is 1 and RHS is this complete term. Compare the coefficient of S square, S of RHS and LHS both sides. Okay, if we compare the S square term in the RHS and LHS, there is no S square term in the LHS side. So this B plus C will be 0. Okay, BT plus C is BT plus C equals to 0. So find the value of B here. So what we got after equating? After equating, so BT plus C equals to 0. Okay, so we know the value of C. So it is BT plus C is T square equals to 0. So BT equals to minus T square. So T will be get cancelled, 1 T will be get cancelled. So B equals to minus T. Okay, we got all the values. We got the value of A as 1, B is minus T and C equals to T square. Okay, let us substitute in the above equation, in the transfer function equation. Right here. So we have transfer function C of S equals to, it is 1 by S square into 1 plus ST. So we have splitted this term as A by S square. So A is 1, so 1 by S square plus B by S. Okay, we got the B as minus T. We write minus T by S and C is T square. So plus T square by 1 plus S. Okay, so this is the equation. We got the values of A and A, B, C after partial fraction expansion. Okay, so now it is easy to apply the inverse Laplace transform and we can get the response of the system. Okay, so we'll simplify this term. C of S equals to, it's 1 divided by S square into 1 plus ST equals to, it's 1 by S square minus T by S plus, I will take T outside here, T, so S plus 1 by T. Okay, so 1 T will be get cancelled. So finally it's T by S plus T divided by S plus 1 by T. Okay, we call this as equation number 2. So this is C of S. Okay, it is in terms of S domain. We need to convert, we need to find the value of C of T by using inverse Laplace transform. Okay, I will apply inverse Laplace transform to the above equation. Inverse Laplace transform. Okay, after applying inverse Laplace transform, C of s will be converted to C of t, and inverse Laplace transform of 1 by s square is t minus capital T is the time constant, it's a constant value. Inverse Laplace transform of 1 by s is 1. It's multiplied by t, it's t. So plus t into, so we know that the inverse Laplace transform of 1 divided by s plus a is e raised to minus at. Right? So use this condition here. It's t into e raised to minus t by capital T. Okay? So this is the complete response of the system. Okay? So what we got? T minus t plus t into e raised to minus t by 2. So from this equation, I will take t outside. T minus t into bracket 1 minus e raised to minus t by 2. So this is the response of the system. Okay, when ramp input is applied. Okay, so we'll see the explanation of this system by using the graph. So y-axis indicates output, x-axis indicates it's a time period. R of t or C of t. Okay, so ramp signal is represented like this. So R of t equals to t. Okay, so once you plot this equation, C of t equals to t minus t plus t e raised to minus 2t. So t to e raised to minus t by 2. So it will be like this. This is the response C of t. So this is the input R of t. When we apply this input to the first order system, the output response will be like this, C of t. And you can observe here, there is an error between these two signals. Okay, so that error can be calculated with the help of steady state error equation. Okay, so the error is given by E of t equals to difference between the input and the output. Okay, so input is R of t and output is C of t. So ramp input is applied. It's t minus C of t is t minus t plus t into e raised to minus t by capital T. So this t and this t will get cancelled, and the remaining term is t plus t e raised to minus t by capital T. So it will be t into bracket 1 plus e raised to minus t by capital T. Okay, so this is the error signal E of t. Okay, the steady state error can be calculated with the help of limit t tends to infinity. Okay, the steady state error equation is ESS equals to it is limit t tends to infinity E of t. Okay, so when we take the limit t tends to infinity, we'll get the value of steady state error. Substitute the value of t as infinity, so this term will be 0. E raised to infinity is 0. Okay, so 1 plus 0 is 1 multiplied by t. The final answer is t. Okay, always when the ramp input is applied, we'll get the steady state error as t, and the difference between these two is CP. Okay, for unit step input, the steady state error is 0. For unit ramp input, for a first order system, the steady state error is capital T. Okay, so thank you.